Chapter 15, Gods, the Beginner's Task. Subhuti said, "How should a bodhisattva who is only just beginning stand in perfect wisdom? How train himself?" The Lord said, "Such a bodhisattva should tend, love, and honor the good friends. His good friends are those who will instruct and admonish him in perfect wisdom, and who will expound to him its meaning. They will expound as follows. Come here, son of good family. Make endeavors in the 6 perfections. Whatever you may have achieved by way of giving a gift, guarding morality, perfecting yourself in patience, exertion of vigor, entering into concentration or mastery in wisdom, all that turn over into full enlightenment. But do not misconstrue full enlightenment as form or any other skandha, for intangible is all knowledge. And do not long for the level of disciple or pratyeka Buddha. It is thus that a bodhisattva who is just beginning should gradually, through the good friends, enter into perfect wisdom." How a bodhisattva helps beings. Subhuti said, "Doers of what is hard are the bodhisattvas who have set out to win full enlightenment. Thanks to the practice of the 6 perfections, as described above, they do not wish to attain release in a private nirvana of their own. They survey the highly painful world of beings. They want to win full enlightenment, and yet they do not tremble at birth and death." The Lord said, "So it is. Doers of what is hard are the bodhisattvas who have set out for the benefit and happiness of the world, out of pity for it. Quote, we will become a shelter for the world, a refuge, the place of rest, the final relief, islands, lights and leaders of the world. We will win full enlightenment and become the resort of the world." Close quote. With these words, they make a vigorous effort to win such a full enlightenment. How then do the bodhisattvas awakened to full enlightenment become the world's shelter? They protect from all the sufferings which belong to birth and death. They struggle and make efforts to rid the world of them. How do they become the world's refuge? They set free from birth, decay, illness, death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, sadness, and despair those beings who are doomed to undergo these conditions. How do they become the world's resting place? The Tathagatas demonstrate Dharma to beings so that they may learn not to embrace anything. Subhuti said, "How does that non-embracing come about?" The Lord said, "The non-embracing of form, etc., is the same as its non-connection, and as its non-production and non-stopping. One thus learns not to embrace anything as a result of the cognition and vision that all dharmas are non-embracing, non-connected. How do they become the world's final relief? The state beyond form is not form, and yet as the beyond, so form, etc., and all dharmas." Subhuti said, "If form, etc., and all dharmas are the beyond, then surely the bodhisattvas must fully know all dharmas, because there is no discrimination between them." The Lord said, "So it is. In that beyond there is no discrimination. Through their non-discrimination do all dharmas become fully known to the bodhisattvas. This also is most hard for the bodhisattvas, that they meditate on all dharmas, but neither realize nor become cowed, and that they meditate thus, quote, in this way should all these dharmas be fully known, and thus, awakened to full enlightenment, will we demonstrate those dharmas and reveal them." Close quote. How do they become the world's islands? Islands are pieces of land limited by water, in rivers or great lakes. Just so, form, etc. is limited at its beginning and end, and so are all dharmas. But the limitation of all dharmas is the same as the calm quiet, the sublime, as nirvana, as the really existing, the unperverted. How do they become the world's lights? Here the Bodhisattvas win full enlightenment, and then take away all the darkness and gloom of the uncognition from beings who for long are enveloped in the membrane of the eggshell of ignorance, and overcome by darkness, and they illuminate them through wisdom. How do they become the world's leaders? When they have become enlightened, the Bodhisattvas demonstrate Dharma in order to reveal the absence of production and stopping in the essential nature of form, etc., and in the Dharmas which constitute and distinguish ordinary people, disciples, Pratyeka Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Buddhas, and in all Dharmas in general. How are they the world's resort? When they have become enlightened, the Bodhisattvas demonstrate Dharma by teaching that form, etc., is situated in the world's space. All Dharmas are situated in space. They have not come. They have not gone. They are the same as space. Space has not come, nor gone. It is not made, nor unmade, nor affected. It has not stood up, does not last, nor endure. It is neither produced nor stopped. The same is true of all dharmas, which are, after the fashion of space, undiscriminate. Because the emptiness of form, etc., neither comes nor goes, nor does the emptiness of all dharmas. For all dharmas are situated in emptiness, and from that situation they do not depart. They are situated in the signless, the wishless, the ineffective, in non-production, no birth, in the absence of positivity, in dream and self, in the boundless, in the calm quiet, in nirvana, in the unrecoverable. They have not come nor gone. Situated in immobility, they are situated in form, etc., and in the full enlightenment of Arhats and Pratyeka Buddhas. Description of perfect wisdom. Subhuti said, "Who can understand this perfection of wisdom?" The Lord said, "Bodhisattvas who have coursed under Tathagatas in the past and who have matured their wholesome roots." Subhuti asked, "What is their own being?" The Lord said, "Their own being is isolated from the need for discipline." Subhuti said, "Will these bodhisattvas be so situated that after they have fully known this resort, they demonstrate it to all beings? Is it in this sense that they will become the resort of all beings?" The Lord said, "So it is, Subhuti. It is in this sense that a bodhisattva will, after he or she has known full enlightenment, become the resort of countless beings." Subhuti said, "A doer of what is hard is the bodhisattva who has armed himself with this armor. He vows, 'Immeasurable and incalculable beings I shall lead to nirvana.'" The Lord said, "The armor of such a bodhisattva is, however, not connected with form, etc., nor is it put on for the sake of form, etc. It is not connected with the level of a disciple or a Pratyeka Buddha or a Buddha, nor put on for their sake. For surely unconnected with all dharmas is that armor of a bodhisattva who is armed with the great armor." Subhuti said, 3 standpoints one should not desire for a bodhisattva who is armed with the great armor and who courses thus in deep wisdom. Which 3? The level of a disciple, or of a Pratyeka Buddha, or of a Buddha. The Lord said, "For what reason do you say that? It is, of course, impossible. It cannot be that such a bodhisattva should not belong to the vehicle of the disciples or Pratyeka Buddhas. But since he has put on his armor for the sake of all beings, surely he should desire the level of a Buddha." Subhuti said, "Deep, O Lord, is perfect wisdom. It cannot be developed by anything, nor by anyone, nor is there anything or anyone to be developed. For in perfect wisdom, nothing at all has been brought to perfection. The development of perfect wisdom is like the development of space, or of all dharmas, or of non-attachment, or of the infinite, of what is not, of not taking hold of. The Lord said, So it is. Because of what you said, a bodhisattva who adjusts him or herself to deep and perfect wisdom is to be regarded as irreversible from full enlightenment. For then a bodhisattva does not settle down in this deep and perfect wisdom, nor in the declarations or counsels of others. He or she does not go by someone else whom he puts his trust in. When this deep perfection of wisdom is being taught, he does not become cowed or stolid, nor does he turn his back on it. He will not tremble, be frightened, or terrified. He does not hesitate or doubt or get stupefied, but he plunges right into it, becomes resolutely intent on it, and delights in its vision and hearing. One should know that in a former life already he or she has explored the perfection of wisdom, because now when this deep and perfect wisdom is being taught, he or she does not tremble, is not frightened, nor terrified. Subhuti asked, By means of what mode does a bodhisattva who does not tremble when this deep perfection of wisdom is being taught apperceive perfect wisdom? The Lord said, This bodhisattva apperceives perfect wisdom through a series of thoughts which are inclined to all knowledge. Subhuti asked, How does one apperceive such a series of thoughts? The Lord said, Through a series of thoughts inclined toward space, prone to space, sloping toward space. This apparition is won through a series of thoughts inclined to all knowledge. And why? Because all knowledge is immeasurable and unlimited. What is immeasurable and unlimited, that is not form or any other skandha. That is not attainment or reunion, or getting there, not the path or its fruit, not cognition or consciousness, not genesis or destruction, nor production or passing away, or stopping, or development or annihilation. It has not been made by anything. It has not come from anywhere. It does not go to anywhere. It does not stand in any place or spot. On the contrary, it comes to be styled immeasurable, unlimited. From the immeasurableness of space is the immeasurableness of all knowledge. But what is immeasurableness that does not lend itself to being fully known by anything, be it form, or any skandha, or any of the six perfections? Because form is all knowledge, and so are the other skandhas and the six perfections. Thereupon Sakra approached and said, Deep, O Lord, is perfect wisdom. It is hard to fathom, hard to see, hard to understand. The thought of a Tathagata who considers this depth of Dharma, and who, seated on the terrace of enlightenment, has just won full enlightenment, is inclined to carefree non-action, and not to demonstration of Dharma. The Lord said, So it is. Deep certainly is this Dharma I have fully known. Nothing has been, or will be, or is being fully known, and that is the depth of this Dharma. This Dharma, which I have fully known, is deep through the depth of space, the depth of the self, the depth of the non-coming of all Dharmas, and their not going. Sakra said, It is wonderful, O Lord. It is astonishing. Oh, well gone. As contrary to the ways of the whole world is this Dharma demonstrated. It teaches you not to seize upon Dharmas, but the world is wont to grasp at anything.